It's a warm November day.
Yeah.
Dad has offered to help me stain my ceiling boards. These are the boards I picked up at Home Depot at the 70% off area. I had to cut quite a bit of wood off, but they're going to work on the ceiling. And while he's using a one-coat polyurethane stain on this, I'm going to work on finishing off getting the insulation in the ceiling and the walls. I've got it all insulated. I've got little runners just holding the insulation in place because I'm going to have to move this trailer and I don't want it falling out. Most of it's pretty tight, but some of it will fall out. And then we got the ceiling insulated and covered. So it looks pretty good. After we put some trim up, it'll look even a little bit better. The back wall, of course, is still in. That's good. Right now I'm working on the door. I built the door frame here. I made it a 1/4 inch, actually a 1/2 inch narrower than the door opening. The door opening right now is at 27. So we got that put together, ready to go. And now I'm building the door out of 3/4 inch plywood. Then I'm going to trim it with this hardwood that I got at the Restore store. Actually, the plywood I got there too. So we're going to trim that out a little bit, get it ready to go so that we can put the hinges on. Okay, so I found some hinges. If I go with that set, then the door could open to the outside, which would be pretty cool, but then anybody could take the door off as well. Hey, watch out, puppies. But I did find these two. They look like they're kind of a set. They're from the same era, but they're definitely not a set. These two aren't a set either. And then I've got a lock if I want it, or at least a latch to put a lock on it. And then I found this little doorknob. Pretty cool, but probably go with more of a traditional doorknob. So now I need to decide whether to go with the old antique hinges, gate type hinges, or the old hinges that don't match, or newer style hinges. So these are the wheel boxes that I'm going to use, and the way I determined the height of this is I measured from the leaf spring the distance between the top of the leaf spring and the bottom of the frame, and that's about 8 inches. And so if that axle ever bottoms out and hits the frame, or the leaf spring breaks and that axle hits the frame, then this about right in here is as high as that tire can go. So in most cases, 80% of the cases, I'm going to be just fine with this height. The rest of the 20%, if the tire breaks apart and flips out, then it may not even matter how high I go, the damage it might do. So so I've got the floor at 3/4, and then the framing at 1.5, and then another bit, the underlayment that was holding the insulation below this deck. So I've got about 8 inches from the trailer frame to about here. That should give me plenty of room for that tire to go up and down as need be. Now, I built these with pocket holes in the side, so I can just take 3 pocket holes off here, or 3 screws here, 3 screws there, and then this box will just lift off. My thought is, once I get it in place, then I can remove this box and reclaim that floor space, but we'll see. So now I'm just gonna put a top on this and on the other side, and I'll be done with the wheel boxes.